in 1872, a man by the name of Carl Benz, yes, that Benz, was playing cards in this very room on this very desk, deciding that there had to be a better way to get from point A to point B than a horse and carriage. So he invented the gas engine. And he spent the next 14 years figuring out how to get that gas engine onto three wheels. And on January 29th, 1886, the automobile was born here in southwest Germany. I'm with Winfried Seidel. And did I pronounce your name right? I got it right? Yeah? Good. All right, good. Not bad. My German's improving here in the last few days. Now, this is really exciting because we're standing in front of car number one, the first car on the planet, made by Carl Benz in 1886. And we're actually going to drive this in a few minutes. But before we do that, I want to know a little bit about Carl Benz. Now, first of all, why did he want to build a car? Because there were no roads, let alone fuel to put in a car. What was his idea to build a car?
He had before a wooden bicycle, and he tried to make a car without horses.
What, he didn't like horses, or what?
No, that goes a little more quickly. It was the dream of his life.
Okay. I mean, no, seriously, with no roads and no gas, I mean, he had to be a bit of an optimist. You know, he had to have this vision that there were going to be, roads and gas stations. In fact, what do you do for gas in 1886? I don't even know. Where do you get it?
He got it in the pharmacy. You
got gas in a pharmacy?
It was a special thing like benzene, but they take it to clean.
So the first fuel was actually like a cleaning solvent that he bought in a pharmacy. Wow, that's like a major breakthrough, I guess, in thinking, I'll build this car and fuel it with cleaning solvent. So he must have been an optimist if he decided he was going to build a car with no fuel available, let alone roads to drive on. The only way to fill this thing to get it to run was with a cleaning solvent.
Yes.
Was it a reliable car? Okay.
Not with a driving system, only with the technique, with the gas tanks and with a water tank and so.
All right. So you wanted to be a good mechanic if you drove this.
He was a very good mechanic, and also his wife.
Yeah. His wife was a mechanic too, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. And she was, now as I understood it, I read a little bit about the history, she was basically the money behind this in the beginning. She had a little bit of family money. He got some money from investors, and they put it together. Is that right?
Yes, it's the first time she gives him some money.
Imagine somebody put this together, they sat in this, started it up, and all they had was a little bit of clear fluid to put in the back, and it started to move. That must have been an amazing experience.
It was, in fact, yes, it was so.
So he's built the car, he's demonstrated that it works. When does he make his first trip, a long trip that involves some distance? And it's got to be a bit risky because he's deciding he's going to go a far distance and, without a gas stations and a place to repair it. Yeah. How does that come about?
That's a very nice story. It was not him, it was his wife.
His wife?
What makes the first trip over the country.
What, his wife took the car?
Yes, with his sons, with Eugen and Richard. And the first trip was about 100 miles from Mannheim to...
Where was Carl when this was going on?
He was sleeping. He was sleeping very early in the morning.
Wait, she just took the car and...
He left the small workshop in the very early time in the morning and makes a trip to Pforzheim.
So she grabs, well, I guess they don't need keys in those days. They probably just hooked up a couple wires and went, right? And so she was actually the first person to take the car for a long drive.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Yes. All right. No, it wasn't the guy. It wasn't even Carl Benz. It was his wife. Well, I guess she figured she paid for most of the car. She may as well drive the thing, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what? How about if we decide to take this for a drive right now? Do you think we can arrange that? Put some of that magic cleaning fluid solvent in there and fire it up?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yes.
All right. Let's go. Come on.
Okay.
This is how to start an 1886 Carl Benz.
That is a very small switch.
Yeah.
You open the switch, and that is the gas regulator.
Oh, okay.
Right
there. All right.
And then we try to start it.
This is our horn. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, here's how we start the car. Look at this. You know what they had a lot of in those days?
Yeah.
Patience. Ooh, it sounded good. And you know what else they had? Big arms. Has it got fuel in it? You maybe need some more of that cleaning solvent. In terms of actually running the car, since fuel was at a premium, I mean, not only was it probably expensive, it was hard to find. Mileage per gallon would be important. Now, how many miles per gallon would you expect driving this?
Well, I think so between 6 to 10 miles about.
Yeah, oh, so not great. I mean, considering this is a small car. How many horsepower?
3/4.
Okay. All right. This is traveling first class in southwestern Germany. You know, that's the brake there. I don't know if it's going to be possible to put myself in Carl Benz's shoes because I didn't spend 14 years trying to build this thing. But I can tell you this. It is an amazing experience to get in a car, the first car in the world, and actually drive it a few feet here in southwest Germany. 125 years ago to the day when Carl Benz did this in his car, in this car, for his first demonstration. Now, we didn't have much of an audience, his family, a few friends, and a couple investors, but man, it must have felt strange getting in here and moving without a horse in front of you to move it. And he had that dream for most of his life because for whatever reason, he decided that this was a way better idea than the horse and carriage. And you know what? I'm kind of glad he did. And as I sit here with this car barely running, but running it is, I'm thinking how many people in the world have been affected one way or another by the gas engine as mounted on a vehicle, becoming the first automobile in the world.